Hi everybody, I'm Soyeon Bok, and today I'm going to give a brief introduction about WebGL. What is WebGL? WebGL is web graphic library in JavaScript for rendering 2D and 3D graphic within any web browser. And it was maintained by Kronos Group, released in March 2011, and right now is version 2.0. And not even a few years ago, people had doubt about WebGL, and they weren't sure if WebGL could compete with Adobe Flash, and people would use Flash when they want animation in their web. However, today, as you guys all know, Flash is dead. Firefox announced that they no longer support Flash in 2015, and Google Chrome is not supporting that except few special sites like YouTube. So there's not much future in Flash. WebGL is your future. These are some examples of WebGL you can find online, like beautiful terrain, body, and Angry Bird Web HT version was actually made by WebGL. Using WebGL, you can also apply that to WebVR and make a small little game for your phone with cardboards. And long ago, Microsoft released an open source library called HoloJS. It's not really complete yet, so you can't find much information about it. But a quick look through the GitHub, it suggests that developer in the future can easily able to build apps for HoloLens with JavaScript and WebGL. So how do we use WebGL? To tell you the truth, WebGL is super complicated and annoying. And you'll know, in the beginning, you'll have to know about camera, viewpoint, the complicated mathematics behind everything. You have to know the workflow, model transformation, view transformation, project transformation, viewport. A lot of linear algebra, matrix math, normalized coordinates, frustum, cross product, dot product, lighting, specular calculation, shader, texture, and so on and so on. It takes months and years to fully understand it. And then you have to write really, really long code because to render like a cube, you have to specify 24 vertices for each, 4 per each face. So it's just frustrating. It's a very low level language. And so if you're a beginner in web graphic, I don't recommend using WebGL directly because, as you all know, we have high-level frameworks for it. I personally believe one of the most important things about being a good engineer is to use whatever is already existing. Of course, you'll need to learn about the fundamentals and basics of the technique eventually, but if someone already put efforts and time in making something easier and simpler, why waste your time, right? Few of the most popular high-level frameworks for WebGL is Three.js, Babylon, Scenes, and so on. And today I'm going to talk about Three.js specifically. It's a JavaScript library within a list of high-end features that lets you operate with scenes, camera, lights, and geometry. It's intended to unlock the potential of WebGL. And it makes it simple to create GPL-accelerated 3D animation without relying on browser plugin. So the basic, you still need to know the basics of 3D rendering. You will need to set the scene, render, camera, object, since you need to know how you want to present your models. But you'll learn it in no time because it's really simple. I will give a brief demo about Three.js. And if you go to a Three.js website, there are a lot of beautiful demos and examples. And there's good tutorial and official and not official one. I will show you mine. Wait, this is Three.js website, and if you click on this, these are all demos. You can see what you can do with Three.js. Beautiful, right? But today, let's start with the most basic sphere. This is the code for sphere. Can you see it? Yes. You need to set the scene size first. Now I set the width and height to window height and width. Let me refresh. You need to set the view angle of the camera. It's set as 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes, 3 zeros. And you need to set the near, far, and how zoomed in you want it to like shoot. And then you put camera in the scene. And then you set the light. Add that to scene. And let's make the sphere. I have a sphere with Lambert material, color green. I can change the color by just changing the color like this. And I can also change the material of the sphere by using different material method. You can see the materials different, right? Set up the radius and stuff. And you can reposition it. You have to actually move back so that the sphere and the cameras are on different positions, so the camera can actually shoot the sphere. And to make like some simple animation, you just need to update and call the render function recursively, so that it gives you like new image with different position every time. I can change the sphere position -by10. It will make it further and further every render, and the sphere will move. And to make more complicated animation, you just need to add more objects, models, and more animation by moving it around with X, Y, Z. And that's it. These are some good tutorial sites and my reference. Thank you.